Felder versus Hooker.
I'm annoyed with how the UFC is promoting this because they're giving it literally nothing. Like, Felder's one of their announcers.
Right.
Hooker's like a huge face for that region.
He called him out after the fight too.
Yeah,
on the
like, to his
post-fight.
face.
So that was pretty cool.
I want like
I thought that was really cool how they did that.
Yeah, they do countdowns for they did a countdown for the Black Beast versus the one Russian dude who got stabbed in the heart. I don't want that. Give me a countdown for these dudes. I'm trying to see what Paul Felder is doing in his camp.
You don't want to see the Black Beast against the Russian guy.
No, not one bit.
Yeah. Well, I've been watching a lot of Paul Felder and Dan Hooker highlights.
Yeah.
And they're both savages, man. I think it's cool how they had the whole build up, how he did it after the fight, and he said like, I have a lot of respect for you, you know, but now they're like kind of like, it's like, screw you, we're about to fight, you know what I mean? So that's cool, and then they'll be cool after the fight.
Yeah,
so that's what's cool about it.
Paul Felder's thing is like he's just such a tough motherfucker that his whole style is essentially about hating you and like biting down on his mouthpiece and pushing forward and breaking your will. Yeah. I think Paul Felder gets it done too. Like if we look at their opponents in similar, I see how Dan Hooker did against Edson Barboza, and he got just broken. Like at the end of those 3 rounds, his body was shutting down on him. And at the end of 3 rounds versus Edson Barboza in his last fight, Paul Felder was coming on strong and putting on a show and like starting to land more, ripping Barboza with counter shots, like setting up hooks from the inside, pushing in, and then when Barboza would circle off, would counter him. It was really good, really good work. And I think Paul Felder gets it done. I also like the fact that Paul Felder's last few opponents have been calf kick heavy, because that's something that Dan Hooker loves, and he hasn't really fought a lot of people that are calf kick heavy. So I think Felder, because his last few opponents have been long, rangy guys, is going to be able to deal with Dan Hooker a little bit better than Dan Hooker is going to be able to be able to deal with him. Because Paul Felder is such a pressure-heavy guy, and Dan Hooker's, like if we look at Al Iaquinta, his last fight.
I hate him.
Yeah, I don't love him too much either. Al really tried to sit on the outside and win big shots at him. And it didn't look good for Al. But for Felder, I see him putting his nose in his chest and really making it work.
Right.
I love Felder's clinch work. I love his elbows in the clinch and his punches, so I think he gets it done.
Dude, you know it was sick? That spinning elbow he landed on that guy. That it was like a long Hispanic type man.
Yeah.
Something like that.
He's fought a ton of dudes.
What's his record?
17-4.
17-4. Dan Hooker's 19-8.
Yeah. And Felder avenged his loss to Edson Barboza. He lost a split decision to Mike Perry that he broke his arm in and kept fighting. Like, he's an animal. Also, he has some really great highlights, like a step-in elbow that he shattered a dude's
I
nose
saw
with.
that. I watched that. Yeah.
On the rest of the card, there's like Jimmy Crute, who's a hometown boy, fighting. Carolina fights again against a Chinese fighter.
Yan Zhounen.
Yeah, Carolina's had a tough
I bet you
go.
that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. Carolina's had a really tough go. I don't think she can get it done.
I want to look that up.
How to pronounce her name?
Yeah, I guarantee you I pronounced it right. I took Asian history in college, and I had to learn for a whole semester pronouncing names such as that. That's why I have so much knowledge.
I like this dude too, Marcos Rogério de Lima. Just a good classic Brazilian.
A lot of
fighter.
Limas can fight.
Then the dude I'm really big on, and the fight that I'm really excited for on this card is Brad Riddell and Magomed Mustafaev. Mustafaev, I showed you that
was a good
highlight.
Pronunciation also.
I got the Russians down.
You do. I said, because you look like them fellas.
He's the one that has that
might be a Russian spy.
He has like that fast twitch spin.
Dude, all them Russians have a fast twitch spin.
Yeah.
All of them. They're beasts at everything.
They don't have a fucking
Don't mess
choice.
with them. I warn you guys every week. Don't mess with them Dagestan people. They're good at everything.
I think
Except
he's going to
basketball.
be big for the division. Yeah, because the way they play is like wrestling anyways.
It's like Samba basketball.
Yeah.
Khabib's a beast
doesn't
at
make
it,
any
though.
sense. Yeah, but he's the best fucking wrestler.
But he can hit buckets, dude. He hits them buckets from like...
He hits buckets after he fucking throws the nearest defender 10 feet
They're
away.
like, that's... All the Americans quote it like travel.
Yeah. Did you watch Riddell versus Malarkey, perchance?
No.
Riddell cracks, dude. He's a I think he was in K1. He's out of the same gym as Adesanya. I like his style. I like his technique.
Will he be at the card, do you think?
I mean, probably. It's in New Zealand. I don't see why it wouldn't. And, like,
unless he's in
Dan
America.
Hooker's one of his best friends. Riddell is one of his training partners. Like, a lot of his gym is fighting on this. But I think that's a fight to watch. I like Riddell a lot. I like the way he fights. I think he comes to put on a show, too. Like, at the end of 3 rounds, when him and this dude just cracked and dropped each other and went to war, they were on, like, he defended a takedown, and they were too tired to stand all the way back up, so they were on their knees. And he just hit him as hard as he could off his knees, and the bell rung, and he just collapsed. And I like that. I like dudes that fucking go for broke. I like guys that...
Yeah.
The undercard is a lot of guys. I don't know. I was really excited for Tyson Pedro to return, but he hurt his knee. Jake Matthews, Emil Meek is a good fight. Emil Meek is the dude who looks like a Viking that's fucking shredded. Like
you showed me.
Jacked, yeah. He's a good fighter. Jake Matthews is really good as well. His grappling's pretty on point. Then my other one to watch in this is Angela Hill fighting Look Boon Me.
She was on Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Gave a really good
that was a
interview.
great Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
Dude, she didn't start fighting until she was 24.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
How old is she now?
See, I always tell Tuck, I can be the lightweight champ. And he says it's too late. He says you're going to run into wrestlers. But listen, Angela Hill just gives me hope. Tucker, I'm going to be the lightweight champ by 2030.
Yeah.
I have 10 years. We got to start training next week.
Yeah. Her last fight was really good. I just like her attitude going into this, and the fact that she's trying to fight as often as she is and being as active as she is, I think that speaks.
That'll
to
give her popularity too.
Yeah.
Because dude, how about they already booked Shevchenko?
I know. She didn't get
Quick
touched.
turnaround.
Like, what do you? Yeah, it is what it is. JoJo trains.
Love to see it.
JoJo trains out of CSA, and I think it's San Diego, and that's like one of the best striking gyms in the world. Like they're the Muay Thai fighters they create.
Yeah, she stays there, right? She doesn't.
Yeah. It's like it's Dream Killer Bolanos in Bellator, the dude with all those spinning elbow knockouts. Kevin, the Soul Assassin Ross, one of the best American Muay Thai fighters ever. Like, he's so good. Andre Touchy Feely, that UFC fighter I like, who's super technical, just lost his last fight. So many like really, really great strikers. Like Henry Cejudo uses their striking coach. Team Alpha Male sends guys down there to get like their striking touched up. Yeah, I mean, so JoJo has a chance. It's just like fucking Shevchenko. What are you gonna do? She's been
in it for a while too.
But a hot minute. We're years away from anyone being able to challenge Shevchenko. Her skills have to degrade a little bit.
What about Cejudo?
The King of Cringe needs to fuck it up.